getting started. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Welcome to our August Livable Neighborhoods Monthly Meeting. I just want to thank you all for choosing to share your morning with me. We have a robust agenda, but we'll start off with a couple of announcements from Livable Neighborhoods. The first is if you are an active registered neighborhood group with Unified Government's Livable Neighborhoods, grant season is here. Grant applications are available. There'll be physical printouts in this little mailbox by my office door. There's 3 separate things you can pick up. The first is the actual grant application. The second is the MOU, and then annually you need to re-register. So there's also a registration form in there. So make sure you pick up all 3. If you want to submit them digitally, I will send out the digital copies later today for you to access. And you'll have until October 31st to get those all in. And then I'll also send out some information about 2 different scheduled meetings. One will be in person, one will be hybrid, and I'll just go over application details. It's just the informational. But that will all go out in an email from me later today. So be on the lookout for that. And that's all I have for myself. We have an announcement from Livable Neighborhoods Taskforce President.
Good morning. My name is Carol Newton, and I'm the executive board president. But I wanted to share with you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to share with you that the executive board held a meeting on August the 12th. And that the meeting was to fill vacancies on the board. So we were able to fill the vacancies that were so needed on the board. We needed the vice president and the treasurer. The new vice president of the Livable Neighborhood Executive Board is Rodessa. The one that has a phone. She's with Kensington neighborhood. And then we have the treasurer. He is I'll announce her last name, Karen. I know Karen should be Karen. She's with Morris Group, Watch Group, and she's treasurer. So Carol Newton is the secretary. Lou Bradwell is the secretary. So our board is full. We need to have at least 3 volunteers for our board that would volunteer to be members of the board. So if any of you with finding your heart, would like to be members of the board, you would contact Mina and let her know, and she'll share that information with us. Thank you.
Okay. That's all for Livable Neighborhoods announcements. We do have 2 presentations scheduled for today. I'll introduce Gang Yells with the Toolbox will be our first presenter, and you can come on up and I'll get your PowerPoint on.
Hi, my name is Gang Munoz, and I'm the founder and executive director of Toolbox Small Business Resource Center. So we're located here in KCK. We have, I guess I have our timeline. So we started as an informal group back in late early 2019. The idea was I was doing a fellowship in partnership with the Kaufman Foundation, a nonprofit located here in Kansas City. And the idea was really to focus on our communities at a really local level to figure out what are the gaps that exist for people who want to start a business up. And how do we close those gaps? And initially the idea was that we would partner with the existing organizations to pilot some projects to address those gaps. And then hopefully work with existing organizations to be able to launch the pilot project or the pilot projects and then grow the projects. And so in KCK or in KCMO, we worked with the organization called the Porterhouse KC. And we ended up starting a Black mentorship program for Black entrepreneurs. And that took off. They've gotten funding and they've grown that organization and that program up there. When it came to KCK, when we were focusing specifically on Central and Minnesota avenues, from Fifth to 18th Street. We found it a little difficult to find a partner willing to take on the pilot projects. Part of that reason was because COVID was going on at the same time. So a lot of existing organizations were kind of focused on themselves and having to change how they were doing and approaching the work that they were doing. At the same time, our small business owners were hurting because a lot of them weren't members of a chamber. They weren't associated with like an EDC or any organization, so they weren't getting information. The first round of the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, there was less than 20 businesses in Wyandotte County that received PPP funding. And so that was really vital at that time to keep doors open. And so because of that, as an individual, I just started going out door to door to our small businesses, informing them about the program and the process to be able to apply. And when we educated folks, a lot of folks thought that the PPP, or even myself, when they asked what's in it for me, we said, Brady, we're here to help you. We're trying to just help you gather all the paperwork, documents, and help you get this funding that's available. But people thought that it was some kind of scam. There was a lot of trust issues. So, and that's just the history of folks having people not really there to support our small local businesses. In addition to that, when we asked people for financial statements, a lot of folks had no idea what that was. They didn't know what a profit and loss statement was, a balance sheet. And so they had no documentation to show that there was proof of lost sales during COVID. And so as we convinced folks that this was a legitimate program, individuals with, I literally had people bring me calendar and saying, okay, on this day I sold $200, on this day I sold, then they just have their bank account. So, you know, I took time with them to put those, all the documents together, go day by day to figure out what their profit and loss was for the month, to show previous years and current year losses. And so from there, and I was just doing that kind of as a volunteer, to help individuals get through this moment. But then people started sending more family and friends as they started to get funding. They'd send more people, or they had people who had an idea for a business and didn't know where to go and where to get started. So they send folks to me. And so as I'm doing this as a volunteer, I was like, well, I can't keep doing this forever. And so if you want to choose the slide. So this was kind of when the work started way back in July of 2018. And so you'll see, you know, we did some community surveys. These were the big issues that we figured out, that from surveying our small business owners, was they just thought that there was a lack of awareness of resources. There was a lot of cultural competency. So a lot of the nonprofits that work with small businesses, they focus on big employers. They focus on tax rates and tax incentives, and that really wasn't a focus of our small businesses. There was a lot of lack of trust, and there was a lot of multilingual resources. So we worked on doing this. So this was our timeline though, but we ended up finding a fiscal sponsor and applying for a grant from the Kauffman Foundation back in late 2020. And so in February of 2021, we started the focus of creating our nonprofit, the Toolbox Small Business Resource Center. So we're currently located, sharing office space with downtown shareholders of KCK. So we were in the Stables co-working space, which was located on 13th and Central. Unfortunately, that building had a lot of damage last year due to a storm. And the downtown shareholders was really grateful to allow us to use their space. So we're currently using their space right now to do administrative tasks and work out of there, as well as we work with the KCK Library and El Centro locally to host our different workshops. So you can go to the next one. So I'll just kind of go over some of the work that we do and the work that we're doing here. So everything we do is free. There's never been a charge for any of the services that we offer. So thanks to our grant funders that we do have. So one of the first ones that we do every single month, the first Tuesday of every month, we do 2 workshops, both one in English and one in Spanish, but it's just the essentials of getting your business started. For somebody who has an idea that wants to launch a business and has no idea about the rules and regulations, we do an hour-and-a-half presentation. We'll cover some of the things you need to know prior to launching your business and getting everything going, as well as go over some of the legal steps that you need to be aware of. So there's steps at so many different levels, depending on the type of business and industry you're getting into, that it can get confusing really quick. If you go to Google, you're gonna get overwhelmed with ads as well as too much information that it really causes a lot of people to get paralyzed, just the analysis by paralysis or paralysis by analysis. And so we try to keep that at an individual level here though. So we do that at our office as well as El Centro, the first Tuesday of every now and then we will move it around to different local organizations, to different groups who will host us. But you can always see that one on our website. So after that, the next program that we do offer, is called our Kaufman Fast Track Program. So this is, typically between 8 to 10 weeks long, and it helps individuals put their business plan together. So sometimes you look at a business plan and you think you gotta write this big old book, and it becomes overwhelming for a lot of people to get started because they're not sure what piece they need to focus on. And really, it's not a lot of fun at times. And so we had been previously been providing it in Spanish only for the last several years. But we have now, we're offering it in English. I saw Tanya's here, Love, so she's our facilitator in English. So we've been offering that. And so over 10 weeks, we meet twice per week, usually 2 hours per session, and you're putting your business plan together, working as a cohort, as a team. And so you use all the other fellow classmates in the program to be able to be your sound board, to advisors. They share feedback to you and back and forth, so that you really come together. And at the end, luckily this past year, we've been able to offer 2 $5,000 grants for people to invest into their business each cohort. So we've done this year, we did $40,000 so far in grants for individuals who graduate out of that program. And then the next one that we have, so a lot of our folks have been working out in the field, so they've done a lot of work, but we focus on, we do a program on Google, Excel and Google Sheet, just how do you use some of those documents? If you didn't learn that growing up using computers, sometimes it's a big lift and hard to understand how to do that. So we do just Google Sheets. Right now we're offering it in Spanish, but we'll be offering it in English here in the coming months. So we're working with Casey Digital Drive right now to bring in some facilitators to teach that in English as well. So we usually offer those quarterly. We got a QuickBooks class as well. So we do QuickBooks. So QuickBooks is an accounting software for small businesses. So it's if you've never used QuickBooks, it can be really tough at first to get it started, to learn to utilize all the different features that it has. So through this program is 8 weeks long, typically one time per week. But we teach individuals how to set up their accounts, their charts of accounts, how to send invoices, track receivables, and use it for their business that really has all the financial information that they're involved in. Then this one we did have. We're on a hold right now, but it's called the Blueprint. So more than 50% of the clients that we see are in the construction or service related industry. And so a lot of times they're folks who are out there, they're the ones doing the work. So whether it's drywall, roofing, concrete, they're the ones who've been doing the work, but they don't have experience looking for bids, putting estimates together, understanding insurance, OSHA regulations, understanding MBE, WBE certification, contracts, how to do mechanical needs. If somebody's not paying you, what can you do to be able to get paid? So he's created this program specifically for that industry, for folks that are looking to learn about getting government bids and contract construction bids on that. And so we were funded through ARPA, through Unified Government, to be able to do this program. So we did run out of those funds, and now we're looking for some additional grant funds to bring that program back. But we're hoping that we should have that back and running here by next year. And then we just offer a lot of different classes every month in English and in Spanish around different business topics, usually around like AI, marketing. We did one on the land bank here a couple of months ago. So just different topics that are relevant to our small business owners and community. And then our big one is just our one-on-one business coaching. So if anybody's interested, you can always schedule a one-on-one meeting just to figure out where you're at, what it is you're trying to do, if there's a specific barrier, or you just need somebody to bounce ideas off of. Maybe you're just not sure, you're like, you think you got things going, but you just want to know about other resources that are out there, or you just want somebody to chat to just get some confirmation on what you're doing. We've had people who need help setting up a website, or they need help with putting their business plan, their financial projections together, or they're stuck with some part of, I had somebody the other day, they got a letter from Kansas Department of Revenue, said they owe $3,000. They're like, what's this for? I haven't even had any sales. Why am I getting this? I had no idea what to do. And so we help navigate them through that. So, and those are always free. You can go directly on our website to schedule those one-on-ones meetings there. We, every year, for the last 6 years now, we've been hosting the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge. So we do that. It's open to all high school kids here in Wyandotte County. And so it's a pitch competition where students are pitching their business idea for a chance to be able to win dollars to be able to start their business. So we do, on average, we're doing $4,500 to $5,000 in cash money to the high school students. This is officially sanctioned through Network Kansas. And because of that, for our annual competition, the students that win here and that win our local Wyandotte Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge, they get invited to go to K-State and represent at the state level, Wyandotte County, to be able to pitch for $70,000 in grant funding to be able to help their business go and build up and get started. And so we'll be doing this again. Let's see, the last 2 years we've been doing it at Donley College. And we usually do it either late February or early March. And so we have the same plan. I think we're looking at the first week of March to be able to launch this program. So for this, we're always looking for volunteers as well. If folks are willing to listen to a student pitch their business idea, we're always looking for judges for that. So we actually judge in 4 categories. So one is a table, informational booth that students get to set up to share information about their business. The other is a written executive, a summary. So just a paragraph about their business idea. The third is the formal pitch. So it's like Shark Tank, you go into a room, you get 5 minutes to pitch. And then the other one is the 30-second elevator speech. And so they get ranked. You can compete in all 4 or choose and select which ones you want to compete in though. So we can look for volunteers though for all those judging categories. So. And then we've also launched the Empower Loan Fund. So access to capital has always been a really big issue for a lot of our businesses, especially those here in Wyandotte County and those are businesses of color. And so we started this, we can do loans up to $15,000 and it's at 4% interest. There's no credit check that's required, or no credit score either on that. It is a character-based loan. So this is based on the individual person. Do they have the means do they have experience in the industry? Do they understand what it's going to take to run and grow their business? Do they have a good game plan? Maybe they have some existing contracts or potential opportunities and clients that now they're just maybe needing a lawnmower, or maybe they're needing to purchase a computer and equipment to get started. And they need this, and this is the only thing stopping them from getting that business going. So we do these every month. We've done more than 36,000 for sure. And I think now we're about $700,000 in loans that we have out so far. So we've had this going on now for almost 3 years now for this loan program. So, and we're looking to continue to grow that. But you can go to the next slide, which is, I think. Oh no, you can skip that one there. I forgot the work's closing. So we were doing some regular meetings of we have the entrepreneur ecosystem meeting that we do every month. So anybody's interested in entrepreneurship, whether it's as an entrepreneur, as an organization supporting entrepreneurs, we do meet the second Tuesday of every month, and it's our KCKE community. And just folks who are interested, we just want everybody to kind of share what they're doing, what they have going on, resources you might be aware of now that are new, and just working together to help figure out, continue to look at and see what are the gaps that continue to exist and figuring out how do we work together to fill those solutions. And so we do that. But we also work with Grow Kansas Fund. So Grow Kansas is a match loan program through the state of Kansas. So a lot of businesses, even a lot of banks are unaware of this program. So if you're looking for a loan, let's say you need $150,000, a bank's only willing to do $50,000. We can work with Grow Kansas to do a match, a 200% match. They can help match with 200% of the loan that you're looking for, of whether a bank's willing to approve. So, and there, yep, that is us. So this will send you to our website if you want to scan the QR code. But you're always welcome to go on our website. We list our all of our upcoming events, but you can also schedule the one-on-one meetings on our website there. And then if you are an expert or have expertise you're willing to share, we're always looking for experts to come in and to speak and to share information and teach a class to our communities.
Gabe, we have time for, well, first gonna give Gabe a round of applause. Then if anybody has any questions for Gabe about the toolbox or anything else, we have time for 3 questions and you can just pick.
Is there an age limit?
No, no age limit. We've done from youth all the way up to seniors that are retired. In all different industries. And we're not the experts in everything, kind of just have a general understanding of a lot. But then we also work with 230 other partners across the KC SourceLink network to help folks get connected to all the other resources that exist.
Your youth entrepreneur challenge, is there transportation provided to students within the school district or?
So right now, we don't have transportation. That was one of the things that we saw that helped with that limited folks getting in, working involved. So we saw two barriers. One was transportation. The other was finding an advocate within the high school to be able to help encourage students to get involved, but also to provide some of that educational piece. So that's kind of our two barriers we're kind of focusing on this year is how do we help remove those. So we're seeking sponsorship to help kind of close that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Questions. What's the best way to keep up with updates from the toolbox? Even if I want to sign up to volunteer for something, how would you suggest that?
So we do an email newsletter, so you can go on our website and sign up for our newsletter, or you can shoot me or shoot an email to, I think there should be our email on the flyer there. So you can shoot us an email, we can put you on the email list, or you can also follow us on Facebook right now. So we're currently on Facebook. Some of the younger people are telling us we need to get on Instagram and TikTok, so we're looking at bringing on an intern to help us build that out. Yes.
Thanks so much, Gabe.
Yep,
This is
great
great.
job.
We do have a second presentation. We have the Keeler's Women's Center and Miss Sister Bridget is going to present for us.
Good morning. I think all of you should have our calendar and our flyer. Don't I have some extra? Young Women's Center, we started back in 2003. Our monastery, what goes the next? Oh, well, first of all, our mission is to empower women in the urban core through education, advocacy, personal and spiritual development. And so we do that in a variety of ways. I use basically 75 to 100 professional volunteers who help us fulfill our mission. Tanya's one of our people who helps us fulfill our mission. I don't know, how many of you are familiar with Keeler Women's Center? Okay, so some of you. Okay. And so, go ahead and go to the next slide. So we're sponsored by my monastery up in Atchison, Kansas. I don't know if any of you have been to Atchison, Kansas or heard of Atchison, Kansas. You know, Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe. Or Benedictine College. We also sponsor Benedictine College. But back in 2003, our monastery was trying to figure out what we can do to help the KCK area. And so we decided to start Keeler Women's Center. And so we were originally, we're named after Sister Jerome Keeler, who was the first president of Donnelly College. And her mission was to educate those who could not otherwise be educated. And so education is a big piece of what we do. Everything we do is free. We do take donations if people want to give us donations. But go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, we're located, originally we were at Donnelly College, back when it was, you know, in the old Providence Hospital building. We were up on the top floor. And we were there for about 5 years and they needed space, we needed space. So we moved, Catholic Charities moved all their administrative offices out of Johnson County. So we moved into the second floor of the Chancery, or the old Chancery, which was the Catholic Charities there on 2220 Central Avenue. And so we were there for 10 years and we were a great partner with Catholic Charities, but the building had issues, you know, it was an old building. And so they moved. They did not have room for us when they moved. So I found space at City View, the old St. Margaret's Hospital, hospital jumping. So we're on the back side of the building off of Coy Street, if you're familiar with the area. And we have a pink awning that kind of marks our entrance. But then this is the United Auto Workers. They came and helped clean carpets and replant my plants. And so they were, that's just a photo of them, but it was a good picture of the entrance because we're hard to find because we're kind of off the beaten path. Go ahead. Okay, so in looking at education, we offer financial literacy, so we partner with Harvest. I think the next picture has, don't go there. Has a BMO came and did a class on, financing emergencies. And, First Federal Bank, so we partner with different, well, and financial literacy for us too. Understanding Medicare, we have a couple of Medicare specialists to help people just go through that whole process. I'm not there yet, but I will be this year. And so, I think it's complicated, so it's always good to have someone help you walk through that process. We also have a lot of healthy living, whether it's nutrition classes or other kind of, just healthy lifestyle classes. We have health and wellness, we have easy English for those who are needing to learn the English language, and whether it be Spanish immigrants who are here or refugees. We have probably 20 teachers and 50 students that get training on learning English. So this is an example of, this is the BMO presenter who talking about, that was just, yes. About, financing or saving for emergencies. And that, go to the next one. We had, this is the easy English. And so he has 3 students, sometimes it's one-on-one, sometimes it's up to 5. Varies. We partnered with KU. She was there doing A1C testing for us. So we had a group of people who were there getting their blood sugar checked. Advocacy, we do a lot of resource referrals. One thing, we don't need to repeat what's already being offered out there. And so we know and partner with a lot of agencies. And so if we don't do it, we know who does. And so we can refer people to them to get the resources that they need. We have limited financial assistance with rent, utilities, but a lot of places do that. And so we tend to help with things that they don't, like deposit. Or we work with Oxford House. Or we also help with, I don't want this spread too far and wide, but they can't get to work because their battery's dead in their car. So we'll get them a battery so they can get to work. Or small auto repairs so that they can get to work, so that they can, remain financially independent. Legal assistance, we have a lawyer that comes from Catholic Charities. They do immigration assistance. We also have a lawyer who will do durable power of attorneys and kind of estate planning type stuff. Again, everything's free. And then just life skills. We have a lot of life skills programs that go on, and you can see that in our calendar here. So we have, that's Brenda, she's my co-director, and she's helping a refugee family. This is particularly interesting. He knew he was coming over from Ukraine. He emailed us ahead of time before he even got here to set up for classes because he wanted to be successful once he got here. And so that's his parents that came to visit. And so she's helping them learn English, plus just navigating a new culture. Connie Anderson, she's one of our easy English tutors, but also she helps people who are needing help with their immigration. And so she has access to funds through a church in St. James over on the Missouri side, but they help both sides of the state line. And so she had sponsored the student to help get the paperwork started. Personal development, we have counseling. So I have 4 counselors. And I have one that's bilingual, just got her hired. And so she's working on building up her caseload. The others are volunteers, or we partner with Moxa. Are you familiar with Moxa? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Moxa has a counselor that comes every Wednesday. They also have a support group they do every Tuesday. We have a book club, so we have some fun things too. Our craft class, our knitting, crocheting, embroidery, cross stitch, cricket, which Tanya does. and then pretty nails and making cards, just Christmas cards, birthday cards, whatever. A lot of healing can go on because people need a safe place where they can go and just be. And a lot of sharing goes on in those classes. They're all mixed. We're just a great, safe place for people to come and be and heal. So we have some, Veronica, she does a bead and jewelry class. People love those classes. So she comes and teaches them how to make bracelets, earrings, jewelry of all kinds. Good, next one. This is, okay, a life coach. She's working on mindfulness. She also does, dealing with anxiety or other issues that can come sometimes just cause us to stall in life. Next one. Anna Marie Bryce does pretty nails for us, so people like to come get their nails done. Then we have Sister Patricia comes down from the mountain. She helps people create, holiday wreaths, and so that's just one of the holiday wreaths that got created there. Spiritual development, we have spiritual directors. I have probably 7 spiritual directors that people come and visit with. We have a gospel nonviolence group. We also have seasonal retreats for Advent, Lent. We have centering prayer Mondays. We have a Holy Women series, which is the second Thursday of the month. And so if you want to just go ahead and get the next one. So here's the Holy Women. They were doing something on Hildegard of Bingham. And so she was big into art. And so they were doing a little art piece with that. Next one. This is our oblate group. Oblates are kind of like associates with the community. And so they meet the third Monday of the month at our place. So that's our oblate group. We're called the Keeler Oblate Group. We also have a lot of support groups, grief, domestic violence. We partner with Friends of Yates. They come over and do a support group with us. We have a caregiver support group where the sexual assault Moxa helps with. And the Las Mujeres, you'll see that we have a lot of Spanish classes that we offer, or bilingual classes that we offer. And yes, people come and hang out with us. So I have the calendar, I have our flyer. If you need any other information, just let me know. Any questions?
Thank you for what you do. And also thank you to Gabe. We have so many wonderful organizations in our community helping us all be better. So I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. Once a month, one first Wednesday of the month. It should be on the calendar there. Okay. Yeah, sorry, we offer hard time fitting everything on the calendar. And counseling and English, we didn't put on the calendar, other than you can make appointments for that. How many hours is it? It's an hour and a half or an hour. Hour and a half. No, an hour. Helping with grief.
Do you just show up for these classes?
It's best if you call
Okay.
and register. So we have receptionists, our volunteers, they register people for the classes. And so if you call and just say you're coming, because if we don't have people signed up for a class, we cancel it.
Mhm.
So, because I don't want to waste the presenter's time. Nobody's going to come. So it's best if you call and just call the main number there. It's all the information should be there. You can visit our website. It also has everything, the calendar, all the classes. Do you want to know more about the classes? All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're gonna slide straight into our youth department / organization updates. When I call your organization, if you would unmute, introduce yourself and limit your updates to about 3 minutes, that would be fantastic. And first up, we have USC 500.
Good morning, everyone, to my KCK and Wyandotte County family. I'm Edwin Birch with Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. I just have some quick updates, and I believe Francisco and Marco have something, and we will keep it short. Some of you may have heard about Arrowhead Middle School catching on fire. We want to thank our parents, teachers, and staff for their continued patience and support as we work through the challenges caused by the recent fire at the school. You know, we have created a temporary space for teaching and learning, but we also want to honor the needs and preferences of some of our families. Some parents have asked about relocating their child to another middle school while Arrowhead is being cleaned and repaired. We are planning to send out a survey in the next day or two to get feedback from parents to find out their preferences. In the meantime, we want to thank our community partners, Homefield KC, and the Kansas City, Kansas Community College for accommodating our students and staff as we get the building back to standards needed to host school. And this process is going to take about 4 to 6 weeks before we get the school reopened. So again, we thank everyone for their support. And this has been a challenging situation for us to kick off the new school year. We are still in the process of our budget meetings. That continues for us. We also just had an update on the bond at our last meeting on this past Tuesday, August the 26th. You can access the meeting on our YouTube channel from our website at kckschools.org if you want to see those updates and hear the progress of the bond and also what's related to the budget. The next update on the bond will be September the 23rd. And again, just want to remind everyone, just like the similar to the unified government, our meetings are streamed live and replayed back on our district TV channel. That's all I have. Francisco? Francisco, you're on mute. You're muted.
Well, while he's working that out, hey everyone, it's Marco Johnson, also with KCKPS. I didn't have an announcement. I have a shout out. I want to shout out Sumner Academy. For the 7th consecutive year, they are the #1 high school in the state of Kansas. Whoop whoop. Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's something to be proud of. And that's happening right here in KCK. So we should all be applauding them for what they've done. I'm talking students, staff, and administrators. They're doing a wonderful job there. And we just want to show that love and that support for them and for their continued excellence. So that's all I got. We still can't hear you.
Francisco, do you want to write something in the chat and I can come back to it at the end? Okay. Good to see you. So we'll move on. And the next department is the mayor's office. If there's anybody from the mayor's office. Going on. Next up, we have the DA's office.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Marco. So since the last time we were in front of this same group, we've since had our expungement fair, which was July 29th and 30th. And the 2-day event was one of our best years ever. We had 162 people. Start the process of taking their records and getting their expungements. And the process, it only takes, I'd say, anywhere from maybe 6 to 10 weeks. The judges are great. They know they're coming and, you know, if they're qualified, they're good to go. And that's great, not only for the individual, but their families and Wyandotte County as a whole. So as long as they're out there clean, doing the right thing, making money, they're not taking yours. And they're taxpayers. So they're working for the betterment of the county, and that's always a good thing. Second, I put over there, this is our Let's Rap program. And what that is, it's a partnership with Ad Hoc Group Against Crime. And what it ultimately is, it's a way for Wyandotte County victims of gun violence to tap into money to repair their homes. And it's also commercial, so their businesses as well. So if it was shot up or anything, any kind of damage that occurred during a crime, they can tap into this program. It's I believe it's about a $600,000 grant. Now, it only goes until next March. We're gonna look at extending that if we still have the money left over, because as you know, with grants, if you don't use all the money, they'll snatch it back and you won't get it the next time you ask for it. So we want to use this money. So the brochures are over there. You can take them back to your neighborhood groups and pass them out and let folks know that this money is available, because they can do things like, we can offer things like not just fixing up the property that was damaged, but also if the person needs temporary relocation or emergency relocation for their families, pharmaceutical care, if they need prescriptions, anything that happened, you know, with that crime, we can assist with that, and we have the money available for folks to tap into. So it's over there on the table over there. And finally, because I know the time is running short, we're now dealing with yet another law enforcement death, and our office is in front of that as much as we can, along with Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and we're all hands on deck in the office. And as more information comes in, we'll continue to work the case. But yesterday we filed the case of a capital murder case, and the death penalty is on the table, hasn't been decided yet. We have 7 days after his first appearance, and that hasn't been set yet. So we're working with the courts on that, but it's something else for the community to deal with. It comes 30 days after Deputy Maine. Here we are again. So we're working our end of it. It's very complex, but we have the know-how, and we'll just work it, and you know, we'll follow through to its end. So, okay. Yes, ma'am.
So that crime,
Yes.
that thing. So we have a lot of problems with car break-ins in our neighborhood.
It's gun violence.
So it's only gun violence.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else? All right, great. Thank you.
Anybody from Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department? Going once. No twice. KCKPD. KCK Fire Department.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Littlefield with the fire department. I have a feeling all of our partners in law enforcement are busy with the planning and details of the vigil for Officer Semantic that was murdered on Tuesday morning. So that's probably why they're absent, but the fire department, so far this year, we've run 22,544 calls for service. On August 1st, we went to a new incident reporting system that we're working through the details of that. Open burning begins October 15th is when the portal will open to get a burn permit, and it runs until November 15th. And you do need a burn permit to burn. The only time you can burn without a permit is in one of those, I'll call them a fire pit or a fire ring that you buy that has the screen that goes over it, and you can burn firewood in it. You cannot burn in a barrel in the backyard. You cannot burn trash. So open burning is very restricted because of our air quality in Wyandotte County. And that the fire department enforces it, but air quality and the EPA set the standard for open burning. Additionally, what we have going on, if somebody's requesting a fire apparatus to participate in a community event, we appreciate those requests a minimum of 2 weeks in advance, and we would like those asked for on the fire department website. I'll type in the chat, the website and the directions to ask for that. We have sent vehicles to back to school events and community events, block parties, you name it. We don't mind sending them, but that's the way we track it and can organize how we're sending fire trucks all over the city in addition to running their calls for service. And that's really it for us. We're going to have an academy start in the fall. So everybody have a great day.
Thank you, Kelly. Anybody from NRC here?
No updates today from the NRC.
Greg. UG Planning and Urban Design? Going once. All right, last but not least, and then we'll circle back to Francisco to see if your mic is working. UG Strategic Comms. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy early Friday. I need to be there. Good Friday. So I have some updates from the different departments. We've kind of switched it, kind of how we normally do it. Instead of having people come up, they've been sending their information to me, and then I kind of just read it off. So first we got from Parks and Recs, and a lot of their flyers are over there. So from Parks and Rec, there is Movies in the Park on September 12th at Clapper Park featuring Lilo and Stitch. Also, there is a Kansas River cleanup on September 13th, so a 913 day. And I did not see the time on the flyer, so we'll make sure to follow up with them. But there is a QR code and a link. If anyone, it's through 1KC, if anyone's interested in volunteering to help go clean up around Kansas River, call point. Also, the Wyandotte County Parks Foundation is having their 14th annual golf tournament on September 12th, and it starts at 10 a.m. All the details are on the UG website, as well as there is a flyer. And that is one of their main fundraisers. It definitely helps with a lot of different projects that you see that Parks utilizes, and the foundation helps them a lot. So if you aren't a golfer, but you know someone that is, please forward that information on to them. Next, we have the elections office. I see Ms. Jordan in the back. All of a lot of their information is directly on the UG website as well. So the August 13th primary election details are finalized and on the website, but they are doing a call for poll workers. So if you are interested in being a poll worker, we had a really cool, great video that is on the UG website, as well as our YouTube channel, of just hearing the stories of the current poll workers, and kind of it's a huge recruitment tool. So if you know of someone, or if you're interested, please see Ms. Jordan in the back. The training will take place in October for the upcoming November 4th election. So that's coming up, so we'll make sure. Also, the Area Agency on Aging is doing a new Senior Impact Series, really a cool series that they're kicking off actually today, starting at noon right down here at the Area Agency on Aging department. And today it will feature the election office, the Register of Deeds, and Eastside Innovation of Kansas. Just information, you can ask questions. There'll be a lot of different resources there. And then the next one will be in September 25th, and that will feature BPU, the Environmental Services and Public Works, and Oak Street Health. So all of this information is on the UG website, as well as some flyers over there as well. So if you can, try to make it one today as well. Dumpster Days is coming September 5th and 6th from 8:30 to 12:30. We know this is, if you can't really push this out, we have had the amount of illegal dumping it's very sad to see. Even just driving into this meeting, I saw so much stuff on the street, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, it's insane, the amount of illegal dumping that is just, people thinking it's okay to do. They wanted me to highlight that there were 45 dump trucks of trash that was collected in 2 days, 45 dump trucks full. Yes. Just in 2 days. So that was resources that it took employees away from something else they could have been doing to collect. They collected tires, beds, and things that and a lot of things that people could have put out on their curb. It's part of our service. Then people don't realize, I don't think they do realize they don't care. I'll put it that way. I'm not making excuses for anyone. They just don't care.
How did you pick those up? I mean, where was that sitting?
That was on K32. All along.
Stuff out for trash that took it to.
They go and dump, yes. And so from some research they have found, because at first we were thinking it couldn't be our own residents. There's no way that, but what we've been finding is, I know Jeff Miles, and if he was here, he would also say that he actually was digging through some of it, and he found mail from people's homes that stay in our neighborhoods. And so that's what's disheartening. It's people that you technically just put it out on your curb, but they don't. They will take it somewhere, especially for the big items. I think it's important that, and I may try to work with our environmental services and our team to help do some kind of campaign, because people, like I said, with mattresses, I've seen mattresses out. You can't just put a mattress out because of bed bugs, or if it gets soiled or wet. That's, you can think about a person having to pick that up. So I think even helping them understand what's acceptable, what's not, but also utilizing these free services through dumpster days is so important. So please, if you know someone, help us, we can pass the word around. Yes, Commissioner.
You know, I'm such an old timer. Years ago, through Livable Neighborhoods, we were very active with a monthly tip or topic about this month. It's don't put your sofa on the couch, on the front porch, you know, and we did that stuff regularly and regularly pushed that information out to the community, and just makes me wonder if maybe we could bring back those month, like, you know, every month is a different thing, especially around code enforcement issues, but this dumping is outrageous, and we can use maybe more channels of communication to
Yes.
continue to push
I-
the word out.
I actually used to pick that up and put it in my neighborhood newsletter, the tip of the month, and explain what it was.
I like that. I do like that. And then one thing, another thing that they really wanted me to stress is to, if you see someone, don't try to go up to anyone, and people, we're in a different climate right now. So I wouldn't recommend anyone go up to anyone and say, but if you see them, we all have these magical phones, do some recording. Help us to report illegal dumping. I would, please do not go, and we leave that to the professionals, to the safety professionals. But if you see someone, if you can jot down their license plate number, if you can jot down the description of them, I think that will help, because a lot of times people aren't reporting any of this, and it just goes and we, you know, and then our staff have to take 2 days and clean all this up, and it takes them away from other things that they have to do. So all of that information is also on the UG website on how to report. Because I think that's the main thing. I think if people see, if I see you, Fran's not doing this, but if I see Fran dumping and I have my phone and, that's gonna deter her from doing that again. She may continue to do it because people are very bold now, but she may do it, but she may go somewhere different, but she would think twice about doing it there. So that's just my spiel. Yes, Ms. Don.
I'm sure someone has brought it up before, but on the really bad sites, there's no cameras that can capture license plates.
I don't believe at this time, no. I know that that's something that they're going to potentially try to work towards. So that's something to kind of we'll keep people updated as things progress with that.
And when you say they, who are they?
I know commissions looked at it. That was one thing that was brought up at last week's commission meeting, but then also our environmental services and our waste management team. Yes, no problem. So that was that from, yes, ma'am.
Is that number, it says for more information, but can you report at this 913-573-5311?
Yes, the 311 number, yes. Yes. Those are the only updates, but then I do have from strategic communication. Everyone say September 12th. It's a Friday. So we have the Memorial Hall Centennial Celebration. When I say, if you're looking for a good time on a Friday night, family friendly, it's going to be an amazing, amazing community event celebrating the legacy of our Memorial Hall that is right in our neighborhood. And what people don't realize is the history that is in this building. If those walls could talk, oh my gosh. So we are we're doing some renovations right now. So it'll be some unveiling of the veterans rooms. We have found some really, really, really cool artifacts and pictures. Like we have number 3 of 5 of an original painting of some, like it will blow your mind when you see some of the stuff that that has been renovated in this space. So that will be available. We will have food trucks. So we will have fun, games, raffles, as well as our county administrator wanted to make sure we do a huge big band dance concert inside the actual program. So please come ready to dance. We will have Stranded in the City performing for us that night, as well as outside. Streets will be blocked off. We will have vehicle display. So we actually have, I believe it's called an MT Bradley. It's a 30-ton tank truck that will be parked outside, as well as other public safety vehicles for the kids to be able to kind of explore. I'm excited to explore some of them, just to be honest, I'm a big kid. But really excited to just have our community. We've all been through a lot this year. Our community, this last 2 months has been tough. So this is a great opportunity to come celebrate Memorial Hall. We also want to have your memories captured there. So we're gonna do an official sealing of a time capsule of some of the artifacts that we found inside of Memorial Hall, as well as our community member stories. So we'll be doing video snippets, as well as if you have ticket stub, concert pictures, graduation pictures. We want to make sure those are sealed inside of our time capsule, as well as we will be doing a veterans kind of program and ceremony, just a brief ceremony honoring the veterans that also came through that building. And if you are a veteran, anyone veterans in here, raise your hand. Oh, okay. Do you know, anyone know of any veterans? Raise your hand. Okay. Commissioner Bynum and the committee have been doing an amazing job. On September 11th, which is the day before this celebration. We're doing a free veterans luncheon and program. Hold that up, Commissioner. So there is a flyer. If you are interested and you are a veteran, or if you know of a veteran, it's a free luncheon and program. It's going to be an amazing, amazing event. I don't want to spill it, but yeah, it's going to be an amazing event. So information is on our website, as well as Commissioner Bynum has some flyers for that, and that's only for veterans on that day +1, but this is for everyone. So I'm working on yard signs, more posters. I would love to bring and drop some of them off to you if you can help us distribute, even with the yard signs. Please, I will give you my card out, and once I have everything fully printed, I will bring them to you. It was supposed to be this week, but things got shifted with the service. But I will definitely bring all those to you. And one last thing, I just want to thank, and I'm sorry, I'm going too fast. I'm moving slow, but I want to thank everyone. Like I said, this last month, like Jonathan said, has kind of rocked our community. Thank everyone in the community for your support, your prayers, for our public safety professionals and UG staff, and just our community, because it's been tough. If you are free tonight, please join us for Officer Semantic's visual service at 7:30 in front of City Hall, in front of his squad car. And if you're free on next Wednesday, September 3rd at 10 o'clock, we will have his memorial service. And that will start directly at 10 o'clock. But if you aren't available, we will make sure it is live streamed on the YouTube channel for the UG, just like we did for Deputy. So those are all the updates I have. I don't know if anyone has any questions, but just want to thank you all again for all the support this last month.
Francisco, I'm circling back to you to see if your mic's working. It is not. I'm gonna read your update. That's okay. Let's see. Francisco says, KCKPS would like to share a few details about our Power Up Community event scheduled for October 14th. The theme is Connect, Empower, Celebrate. It will feature a panel discussion, as well as networking and resource opportunities and table group work. This is the illuminating event to a variety of activities and expressions related to the month-long celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Celebration activities. For more information and to register to attend, please email Francisco at francisco.latario@kckps.org. He will then share more information in a QR code during the next Livable Neighborhoods meeting. Okay, and with that, we are going to move into any additional community announcements. If you are a community partner, nonprofit, or a community member, and you have something that you would like to share, we'll start in person. Excuse me, please come up, introduce yourself, keep your update to a minute. If you're online, we have a little extra time, so if you would like to verbalize your announcement, you can raise your hand. If not, drop it in the chat and I'll read it after everybody online has gone and everybody that wanted to raise their hand got the opportunity to see something.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Sharayla Haynes, and I'm Rosa Beach, and we work with Frontiers, which is station
station is the wrong word, but we are housed at the University of Kansas Medical Center. It's a clinical translational science institute, and we are part of the community engagement arm. We are excited to announce the third annual Broderick Crawford Community Partnership Award. It is designed to create or strengthen relationships between community groups and investigators. So it's a very small grant to some, but it's $1,500 to $2,500. The RFA or the request for funding announcement releases tomorrow morning. The QR code is right here. Applications will be due on September 30th. And just as an FYI, I think I'm at 45 seconds. Any one of our partner institutions, which includes St. Luke's, Children's Mercy, UMKC, KCU, K-State. Did I already say Children's Mercy? Okay, UMKC. So any investigator or researcher that's at one of those partner institutions is possible for you to partner with. If you have an idea, but you don't know a researcher, then contact me. My information is right here and we can play a matchmaking process. We just really want to make sure that Broderick is not the last community principal investigator on a big grant. He was the first, and so far he is the only, and we don't want him to be the last. And that's why we named it after him, to continue his legacy. So I'll be right over here and I'll have flyers if you want one. So just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Pam Blood. I'm with Shepherd Center and we're doing our annual nut sales. So if you want flyers, if I didn't give you one ahead of time, why, I'd be glad to do it now. And you can either fill it out now and give it to me, or you can give it to Commissioner Biden. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Van Heckey and I'm joined.
Justin.
And Justin and I are here from the Learning Club. We are an education nonprofit here in KCK, working with students on homework help after school, or we also host in-school reading programs in local elementary schools. And we are here looking for community volunteers who can give 1 hour a week during the school year to either tutor a student after school. Typically, our hours are from 4:30 to 5:30, working at a community center with a student that lives around that community center with their homework and building mentorship and community, or 1 to 1.5 hours during the school day, once a week at a local elementary school, doing a reading intervention with the kids. You don't have to be a teacher or an educator to be involved in our programs. I have a little half sheet flyer over here on the table. There are 12 different times that you could volunteer with us. So Justin and I will both be here if you have any questions, and thank you.
Hello, I'm Donna Tana. I'm with Downtown Shareholders. And I just want to announce to all neighborhood groups and MBRs, there is a special meeting that a few of us have called. It's on September the 10th at 6 p.m. at the Rosedale Development Association. That is on 1403 Southwest Traffic Boulevard. Thank you. The one they said. So again, MBR's neighborhood group special meeting, 6 p.m. September 10th, Rosedale Development Association. We want full participation of everyone. We want everyone's voice to be heard, and we want to work in harmony with integrity and transparency. So thank you. You should have gotten an email as well.
I'm going to take 2 spots. My name is Fran Sutton. I'm with Fran Sutton Homes. I'm also the broker for Gemini 2 Realtors in Kansas City, Kansas since 2001. Today, I want to talk about 2 things. The first one is we are going to be working to redevelop the Clan Park neighborhood. Our initiative is called 21 off 21st. We have 21 homes. My passion has been to try to create attainable workforce housing, and I think we've got it. And so 21 homes is going to start in October. I am going to be partnering with our community groups and NBRs because I've recognized the value of partnering with our stakeholders. So if you want more information about that, you can ask me about that. We have grant programs available through the UG that will provide extreme discount on builder incentive to pass on to our buyers. So that's number 1. I brought a map, and then you'll be able to ask questions if you'd like. The second thing is a really fun thing. SantaCon KCK is a 501 that is raising funds to support Crosslines, Heartland 180, and Low Riding to Success. They are all organizations that support families in our community. So what is SantaCon? Well, if you're familiar with New York SantaCon, it's an amazing day where you dress like Santa. Ours is December 6th, and the day is full. There will be a 5K in the morning in the Legends area. We are partnering with the Strawberry Hill Neighborhood Association to do a pub crawl in the afternoon. And then partnering with the Shop Cigar Lounge and also our friends at the Street Department and the Fleet Department to, what is that called? The Toy in the Box, Toy in the Box. But we're doing the Santa Soiree on that evening with Stranded in the City at the shop. And the whole day is just going to be full of Santas, nonsense, elves, and everything you can imagine. So hopefully we're going to partner with the UG on some things, and our organizations will benefit from that. So we'll truly support families in our community. There's a flyer.
Morning, Melissa Bynum. If you have not been to our Wyandotte County Museum, please go. It's just a gem in the community. I want to announce they are starting on this Saturday. Trespassers beware, Fort Connolly and the Wyandotte Women Warriors and Women of Wyandotte County. So there is a replica fort on site at the museum. It's going to be on view from August 30th through November 8th. This was actually created by some folks in another state, but they knew the story of the Conley sisters, which are Wyandotte County sisters. So let me just read this very briefly. I can see it. During the first decade of the 20th century, Wyandotte women warriors, the Conley sisters, Ida, Eliza, and Helena, built a small shed, which they called Fort Conley, in Kansas City, Kansas, Huron Cemetery, to protect it from demolition and commercial development. The sisters occupied this historic fort, living without electricity and plumbing, and guarding the sacred Wyandotte burial ground year-round for 3 years. You've got to go see this fort. It's about this big. And they lived in it for 3 years. So visit the monument at Fort Conley, and it's out at the museum grounds, and learn more about these sisters and the story of how they helped save their ancestral burial ground. Please don't miss it. I only have 2 of these, so I'll leave one with you. Actually, I'll get you an electronic one.
It's on the website too.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Good morning, all. I'm Paul Marks with the American Red Cross, and just wanted to remind you of some events coming up in the area, not necessarily sponsored by the Red Cross, but with which we're participating. On September 13th, there's the 15th annual Sickle Cell Fun Walk at KCK Community College. Contact Sickle Cell Midwest, I think KC, their website, for more information on that. Same day, the Metropolitan AME Zion Health, Safety and Resource Fair is occurring, and we will have a booth there from Red Cross, but just want to put that on, marked on your calendar. Lastly, if you have an organization would like to sponsor a blood drive, let me know. I can get you in touch with folks who schedule those. Alternatively, again, we now have a brick and mortar site in the Kansas City area. It's in Johnson County at 135th and Lamar. So if the spirit moves you and you wanted to donate blood on any given day, you just go out there and donate blood. We need blood. We always need blood. That's all I have today. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Good morning, everybody. Brian Perez, Program Manager for Ad Hoc Group Against Crime. I just want to kind of touch on some details that Jonathan already mentioned about the Let's Wrap program. It's really simple to get involved. All they have to have is a police report from the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. Anything that has to do with gun violence, even if it occurred in Kansas, Wyandotte County specifically, and they live in Missouri, say they're on the highway, they can still help out with like window repairs, auto repairs, things like that. We recently helped out a daycare center that had a couple bullet holes in it on State Avenue. And another commercial building that was hit on 803 Armstrong, so the same CHC building. I think all you have to do is go onto the website, which will be the attorney's website, district attorneys, and they have a section that's called Let's Wrap. There's a small form you can fill out, or you can reach out to us at adhocgroupkc.org. And if you're interested in having us come out and present it to your neighborhood group, just let us know. We've done a few before, but we'll be more than willing to come out and talk to you guys and give you some more details.
Hi, my name's Don Ash. I'm a trustee at Kansas City, Kansas Community College. School started a couple weeks ago. I'm happy to report our enrollment is up 11%. And it marks the 6th straight semester that we have had an increase in enrollment. So we're starting to get back to where we were pre-COVID. And it's the first time we've had a double-digit increase in head count since before COVID. So that's going well. The downtown center is coming along. We had the topping out ceremony. If you're not familiar with that, that's the final piece of steel superstructure that's placed when you're building something. So we had 2 weeks ago, tomorrow will be 2 weeks ago, we had that ceremony and they placed that steel. They're now in the process of building the flooring and starting some of the enclosure now that all of the superstructure is up. So it's moving along a little ahead of schedule and under budget. So those are two really good things whenever you're building anything, right? So Edwin already alluded to it, but this week, in addition to all of our regular classes and activities and things, we've been hosting between 300 and 400 middle school students from Arrowhead Middle School on our campus. And we're doing that while we're in the process of renovating and repairing flood damage from the big rain about 3 weeks ago. We had between about $8 and $10 million worth of damage done from that flooding. Now we have insurance that will cover a lot of it, 80 to 90%. But you math whizzes, tell me how much 10% of $10 million is. You still got to find that $1 million somewhere and figure out how you're going to get those spaces back online. But Service Master's been great. They've gotten a lot of it done and we're moving back into those spaces, and classes have been able to continue somewhere on campus in spite of us being out of some of those spaces. So community is in our name. Kansas City, Kansas Community College. We have many partnerships, certainly with all of our K-12 school systems here. Many not-for-profit community organizations. You hear it just about every month. Somebody's hosting something or having something, at the college, one of the college facilities. And we love that. We just had Night Out Against Crime there earlier this month. And so if you need somebody to partner with for something, please reach out to us and we'll do what we can to be sure we can help facilitate your expungement fair. We helped them. We hosted there. We've done it every year there. Every year the DA's done it, we've hosted that. So just some things that maybe the community generally isn't aware of when you think about the community college and its value to the community. So thank you for your time.
Only 10 seconds, I'm sorry. There was one other meeting that I think everyone technically should really know about. We were just notified on Monday, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will host a public meeting on next Wednesday, September 3rd at 5:30 at the Hub in Argentine to talk about the flooding that's taking place in Argentine. So it's on the homepage of the UG website. Please, please, please forward that. As soon as we found out about it, we posted it on our website. So if you know of someone in the Argentine area, please forward that information directly on the UG website. That's all. Sorry.
Okay, our online announcements. Dr. Nozella Brown says, reminder, general election is November 4th, and now is the time to register to vote or apply for a mail-in ballot at ksvotes.org. For information for what's on the ballot, go to ksballot.org or ksboleta.org. Kelly Litchfield request a fire apparatus for a community event or a parade. Please use their online portal at the Kansas City Fire Department. Yvette Solis says El Centro will have a health fair at the El Centro Academy on October 17th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The academy is located in the Argentine community. El Centro are currently working on the flyer to share with community and agencies. At the health fair, there will be flu shots, A1C test, and through Access KC program, there will be 10 slots available for eye exams, and glasses will be given 7 to 10 days after. If you are an agency or a vendor that would like to participate in this event, you can contact Julio Reza at 913-428-1334. Jaquita Miller with Groundwork Energy says, please join them on August 30th for the Groundwork Energy celebration of our very own Charlie Yardbird Parker. It's free to the public. There will be live jazz music and more. Location is Big 11 Lake, KCK, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Please spread the word. And there are also flyers as you leave the NRC if you want to sign a flyer. Crystal posted some more things such as honoring the life of legacy of our fallen KCKPD officer, Memorial Hall Centennial, dumpster days, and then the May 19th flood. And then Kelly has one more announcement. KCKFD and the Red Cross is having another sound the alarm event. It's a smoke detector installation in the Midtown area around 55th and Leavenworth Road. Again, that's on October 11th. And that is our last update. So with that, I would like to thank you all for coming to our August 4th Thursday Livable Neighborhoods meeting. Gentle reminder that if you didn't sign in on your way in, sign in on your way out, and take some flyers to share with everyone. And I'll see you in September. Everybody online?